Today we're going to take a look at this Fomako NDI PTZ Camera Controller, LCI NDI controller with keypad with 4D joystick for church, worship, educational conference events, the KC606N. Now I've had a few months to play with this during church services. It's definitely when I'm actually doing pans and zooms, I really like using this joystick controller as opposed to using the controller or the plugin, just mainly for twisting it and doing a nice slow zoom out and transition into shots. So it's really good for. It also has a preview button where you can follow, and you can connect. If you plug it in with the LAN connection, you can connect to the web interface, so you can add key controls. So the one thing I'd like to cover in this video about this is the operation, and also just how you can program some of the button functions so that you can enter the AI control, because it's not in there by default, but I found the AI control, it's in the web interface, but it's nice to have a button that will engage that. So for the AI control, you just simply go to the manual, and there'll be a code that you enter in, and you select a slot in the on the controller that you'd like to be able to use for your AI on and off. And there'll be an option like to turn the knob right for on or left for off is what I ended up doing. So you just enter the code which is in your manual. If you don't have it in your manual, it's just right there in your it will be listed on the Fomako website, I believe, as well. Or I'll just put a pinned comment in this video if anyone needs assistance with that. So you just enter that in, and then you can basically turn on and off your AI control and have all the controls for using that. Now you have it's nice for doing touch-up focus controls, just for tweaking the autofocus. Now the price here on this website is the Canadian price. If you go to .ca.com or whatever, it will just show you whatever country you're in, what the price is. Just to look at the Amazon page here, it has, can I make these bigger? Yeah, there we go. So just to look at some of these pictures here. So yeah, it has the controller, has the button, which will basically just center it to your main position. The cool thing with this is you can connect it to a power over Ethernet router as well, and power that through your Ethernet connection, so you have one power source. Or it does have its own power source as well, so that you can, however you decide you want to set it up. You can control multiple cameras with this, and if you have different brands of Fomako cameras, they'll work as well. It has a nice setup feature for pre-screen monitoring, which I find is a handy setting. And you also have presets here that you can you basically just set and then hit your buttons there to where you positions that you want your camera on. So there's the back of it. It has the power on switch, which I usually turn off when I'm not using it. Power interface for its power setting, and there's the LAN and the PoE as well. And there's the RS-422/485. And you can do it does give you the control to either white balance or auto white balance your camera. I usually go with auto white balance on the Fomako cameras. I find the auto white balance is pretty good. But if you really want to go and set a white balance, there is an option for that as well. And you basically just, take a white piece of paper, zoom in your camera to it, and hit the white balance button, and then it should be white balanced. It also has this web interface. I just want to go over this, where you can set your camera settings and the button settings for your controller. The web interface, actually, I always find that's a good way of setting up a device if you have a web interface, because you look at the menu on your web browser, connect it to your computer, and you can, through your web browser. All right, so this is the Fomako NDI controller, and I've been using this for quite a few weeks now as our streaming setup here at our church. And where this thing really shines is for being able to pan and tilt and zoom, and to do it manually, because this camera does have AI or auto AI tracking. They use the term AI, but yeah, auto tracking. You can go to the web interface, but For actually controlling this, you can basically do your presets and move the camera to where you want by hitting the buttons. So to set a preset, you just simply zoom in to where you want. Say someone's speaking at this spot right here on the on camera. I'll go call. Here it comes on to call. I may have entered it twice. There, so I got it back set to, I set it to 4 by accident. So you go to that position back there, you just go 4 and it will zoom in quickly and get you to where you need to be. For example, if you have your speaker panning across the stage, you can kind of go back and forth and keep them centered while they're talking. Also, it has a very nice zoom. So like you just turn this knob just ever so slightly and it does a really nice job for zooming in and out of your subjects. I'll go position 1 will be a wide shot. Position 2, maybe it's the same shot. Position 3 is at the podium. Position 4 is just up a bit. Just, you know, different positions that the camera will be set to. So for example, if you have your subject, say, speaking right here, it goes down here, and they're at this podium here. Okay, let's use the drummer, for example. The drummer's mic'd. There. So the drummer's there, and I want to set the drummer to position 2. So I just go set, and I just hold down 2, and go to call. We'll go to another spot, and I'll hit 2 again, and I'll go back into where the drummer may be seating. So you can have the drummer on camera with a close-up shot, and you can see them talking. So basically that's how you set the camera motions to whatever you want. I got like a wide shot. That's not the wide one. There you go. Got a wide shot. And sometimes I like to go from a wide shot to auto zoom in to the speaker, where I can just zoom in from the speaker as we're transitioning from a song to the speaker talking, giving announcements or whatever. So it also has a zoom option here. So go wide is out. So there's multiple ways of zooming this camera, or you twist this knob here to zoom in and out, and you use this to control the camera up. And I did change the settings so it's up is down and down is up. Just, I don't know, some people are used to that. Working by default, it's like down is up, or no, up is up and down is down, but it just, basically if you're like playing video games, you want it to feel like a video game. When you're flying an airplane or whatever, it kind of gets you set like that. Now this Fomako controller, it does have a preview mode, but if you don't see the little play button icon, it's not working. Now, unfortunately, the router I'm using in this setup, it's not, it's never connected on this router. Could be a router issue or the hub that I'm using for the LAN connection. Some systems it will work, but my situation for my setup, it's not necessary. I'd rather just keep the screen anyway, but you can hit the preview button, and this will just indicate that the preview is not working if it goes to a screen of nothing. But as you can see right here, I have the web interface going where I can preview it that way. Yeah, these buttons can be pressed and operated. So that's how you change all your gain settings. I don't want to change the camera settings too much because I'm happy with the way it is. Yeah, and there's the preview button. As you see, it's not doing anything because my router is not sufficient. I have at home, it worked fine, but here it wasn't working at all, but it's not necessary. I just use these computer monitors. I'm all rigged up here for it. This button here, it basically, I don't know, it's like a centering button. You can set this button to do whatever you need. By default, it's like just a zoom out button. To set up your camera, you just go into your menu and you go to your net. You go search, just press search, and what it will do is it will detect if you're plugged into the same network connection, it will find your camera. Turn the camera to zoom out and turn it this way to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in on that cross. So if you got someone you want to kind of zoom in on them live, you can get right about there. And you just to zoom out, you just turn this way. If you want to do fast, you can go harder It's like a throttle for the zoom, which is kind of nice, especially if you want to do like a fast or a slow zoom in, and it will just slowly zoom in. Other things you could do with this device is, for example, if someone your speaker were talking and they kind of move during the service, without using the AI tracking, sometimes I like to just do a pan. I don't want to go up, down, but I want to go left and right. So I just sort of follow them on the stage as they might walk around the stage, and you just go back and forth like this, and just gently keep them centered into the middle of the screen. You have your presets, your camera presets. So we have a preset to 1, 2, where it zooms in on the drummer. 3, it zooms in on a speaker, a short speaker, a tall speaker, and so on and so forth. I prefer having multiple cameras, so I do have, like, for example, I have multiple cameras, so I can cut to different scenes and while people are speaking, so I can transition. 2 cameras is a good rule of thumb to work with. So we did the presets, how to set your number. Another thing is you got your menus here, and you just turn this F4 knob is really where you navigate all your menus, because you'll have all your shutter, your white balance gain, and in cutter and all that. You can navigate a lot of things through here. A lot of times they will ask you in the menu, you want selector back. You hit the press on F4 to select, or press on F3 to go back in the menu settings, which was something at first I was like, how do I get back? I was having a hard time first playing around with this, going through the menu settings. It was just simply when it says select and back, it's actually you press on these things here to get maneuvered around. You also have your autofocus, which I find is handy when I'm using it at the angle I'm using. You also have the manual focus, where you have the focus near, focus far. So if you want to go manually focusing, because if the autofocus is focusing so far away that you're having issues, it's quite easy to, I think I'm using the manual focus the most. I'll use autofocus to lock in on someone, and if I'm locked in, then I'll go to manual, and then just keep the speaker in focus. Usually that can be subject to the lighting that you're using in your church services. If your church has like light shows, laser shows, it might throw off the camera a little bit. Most times it should work, but in our sanctuary, because I put it so far back against the wall, some sanctuaries may do that install and then find that they're getting the out of focus issue. The way to work around that is go to manual focus and manually focus on your subject, and then you'll get them in focus, or you keep it at autofocus. So if you're looking for a camera like this, I'll have a link in the description of this video where you can find it at the Fomako store, which would be particularly sold on Amazon. All right, so let's see if we can fix this PTZ controller. So the username is admin, password's admin. Login successfully. Close that. Let's save that. So we got the one camera here, device list. So just reading over the manual here to add the command for the AI tracking on and off, so we can have that set to the camera. So it says log into the camera, which I've done. Go to the knobs. There we go. So go to the knobs and select the F1 on any page. Enter the custom command codes and confirm. You can now turn on and off the AI functions with the controller, which doesn't come with the controller, so you have to manually enter this in. So you can actually have it working with the controller. So, okay, kind of goes through all the. So I just got to find, like, for the on and off. See, there's things I want to keep here. One push, white balance mode, white balance speed. So remember on the 5th page, just note to self, 5th page here, I'm going to do the AI on and off. So I don't think I need these. So I'll go to F1, minimum shutter speed, function, white balance mode, or custom command. So I want to go custom command. Oh boy, custom command name, and I'll rename it to AI on, AI track on and press command. So do I have to AI track on? It's 81 OA. Hopefully that's a 0, 0. Capital A, clean that up. OA, 01, 01, 32, 00, 00, 02, 00, and FF. I don't know if any, so confirm. Go back in there. Custom command. I got the custom command set. Command press. AI command name. Hopefully it shows that. AE speed. So I'm gonna go back here and make it this a custom command. And I'll do this as the turn the auto tracking off, which would be F2. So it's 81A. At least I typed in O and it actually wouldn't let me type in O, so that's a good thing. 01, 32, 00, 00, 03, 00, FF. And confirm that. All right, looks like it's been added. So let's go. All right, so we want to go to page 5. So I don't. So here's the custom buttons, which I didn't change. I want to give that a name. So what I have here is the AI track on, which I'll just hit that, and it'll turn on the AI tracking and turn it off on camera. So it's kind of nice to have that on this controller instead of having to go all the way into the web interface and turn on the auto tracking. All right, custom command. I think command name. It just says CMD. I didn't change that, so I want to call it AI tracking off. AI. So here we have the AI controller. So you have the AI on and AI off. So I just have it over in this far out menu. I think that's so that's how you change the. You could change it to whatever command you want. I just decided I wanted to put the custom button there somewhere, just so it can be around there. There's a lot of functions here that can be very useful for the gain and all that, and I might end up moving that into a different spot, but that's just where I decided to put it for now. But I might move it again. So you just basically do that, go into, it's best, as you saw there, just to go in the web interface and enter the code. It's right in the code right here is in this manual here. So we have this Fomako manual for it. It's on page 2. And it just shows you the codes that you need to turn on the AI tracking, which is not a setting that's actually built into this. They just are after, it's an afterthought. Maybe there'll be an update and they'll just end up having that setting in there, which I think is a handy setting to have when you're using this controller, just to be able to turn on your AI tracking on and off. Because sometimes what will happen is you'll lose control of your camera and you'll want to get it back. And I didn't have it set up there last Sunday, so I had to go to the web interface, turn it off there, and then go back. So just nice to have this on this device here. F2 command, there. This is where I botched it. Press command, I don't want that. I want it to be, so AI turned on is going to be OA 1154 02 02 00 and 02 FF. 02 FF is a shorter command. FF 8181 OA 1154 02 FF. I want to call it counterclockwise. I could put the other one in as counterclockwise. Will that screw me up? I don't know, maybe. 81 OA 1154 or 4. How do you get that? 1154 03 FF. All right. Now I'll save that in there just so I have it. So let's go back here. So what's it say here on this here? It's gonna full screen this. Oh, there it goes. Exit track, presenter track, exit track, presenter track, exit track, present track, exit track. Just basically does the same thing. I put it in twice. There's so many commands in here, that's fine. I typed that wrong. Here, I'll put it the right way now so it's not confusing to someone else. There you go. I had the names mixed up. Presenter track. I'm just gonna confirm that. I was just using that for the camera because I was like just looking on the monitors and the camera's following me around. Yeah, so it just follows me around the room. But I just wanted to have the big controller. I had to program it to be able to do that. There we go. I'll just turn that off.
Thank you for watching this video to the end. And please stay subscribed and be tuned for a video update where we will update the firmware of this controller so that you can get the best performance and possibly not have to program in these extra functions where the firmware update will have that included in it.